Alright, so I wanted to do a video because this bow deserves some attention. I wanted to try an ILF bow, and I started it off with an absolute bang. So this is a Black Wolf by Win & Win. This is a 60-inch bow. I got a Fast Flight 16 strand with beaver ball silencers on there, and shooting a bear hair rest on it. And I actually put a little bit of that bear hair on the strike plate just because this strike plate was a little bit noisy, and that really quieted it down, and it shoots awesome like that. I'll probably put a little leather plate on there, but I just got this bow two weeks ago, and tell you what, it is fast. So it's got carbon riser. It's a full carbon riser, if you can see that. And it's got carbon limbs. They're a maple core with carbon front and back, and just a sweet shooter. There's a few videos out there on these things. Everybody says they're really dead in the hand, very vibration free and quiet. That's correct, but it is ultra fast. I've never really cared shooting recurves that they are fast or not, but you get curious and you want to see what something will shoot through a chronograph, and I have been blown away at what this bow will do. I had it set at 48.5 pounds. It's 50-pound limbs, and those are set at their minimum. They're measured at their minimum adjustment. You can turn 4 turns out, is what I've been told by the dealer on these, that you can go four turns out on your limb bolts, and that's what your limbs are going to be measured at 28 inches. So this thing at 4 turns out is right on 28 inches is right on 50 pounds. Scales up to just over 54 with the limb bolts all the way in. Right now they're about a quarter turn out, and at my 27.5-inch draw, I think they were just around 52 pounds. I'll put that in, but I want to shoot 4 different arrows through a chronograph here in a minute and show you what kind of velocity this thing will send an arrow at, and what kind of energy and momentum it creates. So that's the bow. Let's show you what it will do. All right, so here's a little draw weight test. There's 2 marks on this shaft. Right there, the larger one's 27.5 inches, which is my draw. The other one's 28. So I'm just going to show you what this bow scales out at. Okay, good enough. 52.5, so very consistent. If I was actually drawing 28 inches, I'm guessing it's going to be 54, but let's find out. All right, 28. Yeah, 54 pounds. All right, shooting here in the basement because it's stinking cold in the garage and outside, and I got this little setup. So here comes the lightest arrow. I'll post all the arrow weights as I shoot these. This bow amazes me. Absolutely incredible. Okay, we'll call that an average of 198. It's a light arrow. This one's just a touch heavier. It's probably 30 grains heavier, I think, just because it's a stiffer spine shaft. Duplicate. I underdrew that one, but I'll shoot one more. You kind of get the point. I duplicated those 2, so. Yeah, I got an error. Heck with it. I'll call that one 194. This one steps up another 25 grains. or thereabouts. About 4 grain or 4 feet per second loss every 25 to 30 grains, it seems like. Ooh, I might have overdrawn that one a little bit. When I was releasing, I think I drew past. Well, maybe not. Jeez. There we go. That's probably more like it. Closer to that 190 on the first one. Shoot one more just to see. Yeah. Okay, so that's that one. This one's a bigger jump in weight because it's got a brass insert. So this is the heavy arrow. Tell you what, as heavy as this thing is, that's cooking. That's a lot of energy. And more importantly, a lot of momentum. I don't know if it read that one. Read that one. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing that it could shoot. I think this is a 575-ish grain arrow. At just around 180. I'll shoot one more and be done with it. One more. There you go. When I'm rushing to shoot, I end up pulling through my anchor a little bit more than usual and gives it a few more feet. When I just anchor and release like I always do when I'm shooting, it's very consistent. See, there you go, duplicate 179. That's incredible. That is an incredibly high performing bow. Now I'll say I've got one gripe with it right now, and that is that this grip, hear that little click? Depends on the pressure point you have on it. It's kind of rocking on that riser. I haven't taken it off yet to see what I can do under the grip to get rid of that creak and that movement. That's a to be determined issue. It almost looks like this screw on this side was sunk in too far. So that's for another day, but there you go. That's a pretty top performing bow.